Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and I am joined with Zelixor.
Heyo.
And we got a special guest, Wix.
Hello.
And welcome back to another episode of Park Spotlight. We're doing a extension to the mini park series that we've been started over the last couple days, and this one is a lot bigger, so stay tuned and let's get into it. All right, welcome back, everyone. Hope you're all doing well today. We're going to jump right on into things, and we got special guest Wix here with a creation from his Nexus contest that he's going to talk more on in just a sec. So the creation from today is Whitewater Isle, created by Esbi, Discord Advanced Builder, Golden Patron. Thank you so much for your support, Esbi. And here they say, "Heyo, Johnny, hope you're doing well. I'm excited to share with you our duo collab mini park completed by ThemeWorks and myself in just under a month. We are very happy to with how it turned out, a small but meticulously detailed creation. There's one coaster, one horror heights that are the main attractions of this island. The entire catalog of this park is written on the workshop page, which you may read out as you arrive at each attraction." Okay, maybe when Zell might want to do that or something. We hope you enjoy and have a great time. Thank you so much for your hard work and dedication to this community, which is still growing after 3.5 years. Thank you. You are very welcome, Esbi. All right, so let's get into it and talk about it a little bit more. Before we jump into actually looking around, we want to talk about how this creation originated. And in the previous videos, we showed off a mini park that was like, what was it, Zell? It was a 20 by 40?
50.
It was, yeah, 20 by 40, 50-ish. And then we showed off Pokey Park the day before, which was a 20 by 20. And we measured this out. Wix's contest was roughly a 63 by 63. So we were discussing what a good size would be for like a mini park contest. And if we did 80 by 80, it would be about here.
40.
40 by 40, sorry, yeah. 40 by 40 would be about that size. And this is probably 50% larger than that on both sides. And honestly, looking at it, it's not insanely big. Like in terms of walking around, yes, they did an island style, but if people actually did end to end, you know, you can cram a lot more in these corners. But I like the concept of being able to do an island style, and you can only do that if you have extra space. So for anyone wondering about the Nexus contest, these you did a duo contest. Do you want to talk more on that, Wix? And I'll just kind of walk around a little bit.
Yeah, we had at the end of the dueling coaster contest, we started our little a duo contest where we basically had the people in our Discord putting their name into a hat, sort of, if you could say it like that.
Yeah.
And then they basically got their duo partner picked and not chosen by themselves.
Right.
So they got forced to build with a different builder, in some so to speak, and some of them then came out with this, as you are looking at right now, by ThemeWorks and Esbi.
Yeah.
Where they got this, I gave them this sort of limited space they could build on, and I said, you have whatever you want to build here, but you just need to build these 3 things, and then theme-wise and how big you want to do it, and etc. etc. It's all up to you, but you only have this space to build it on.
What were those 3 things?
And the 3 things was a coaster that was rideable for guests, and then a flat ride that was themed with the ride or the coaster, and then sort of a plaza that works with both things, basically making a themed area in a theme park.
Right, so the coaster matches the flat ride, which matches the eating area, which overall creates a themed area.
Basically, yeah.
So that's the exit of the ride, is the walk, the nature walk. Okay, so basically you're forcing them into a particular theme and giving them a limited size. And with that, it's somewhat similar to some of the contest murmurs that people, you know, we were playing around with the idea of a mini park, and well, we have to wait to see what the feedback is on the last 2 episodes over the last 2 days with the 2 mini park sizes, but I'm still feeling like those were too small. And after looking at this creation for my first time and looking at my first submission, or I did not get to see the results of your contest, and I had a feeling that people would be submitting them to this channel, right? So
yeah, I bet.
I figured why not check out some of them with you, or, you know, see them for myself firsthand without spoiling it for myself. And now with that, we can actually use yours as a somewhat as an example of what's possible with these kind of park contests. Now, I think this size, while it was a lot bigger than what we originally talked about, it kind of works. Like, it's sprawling, there's a lot of details. It's pretty crazy what you can pull off with this much space, but it's not end-to-end like these mega parks that we see where I'm actually getting a good frame rate. But it brings up another question. Do we want to basically copycat your contest? I don't think that's necessarily great either.
No, but you can always just mix it up a bit, add some more stuff to it, or I don't know, take some stuff away. There's always modification. I mean,
well, I think
add to it,
I think the biggest challenge of your contest was partnering up with someone random. Whereas this, we had about 19. We had 19 duos when it came to after we pulled all the teams. Wow. And we ended up having 15 at the submission sheet at the final day. So 4 teams kind of broke up, if you say it like that. Right.
Because of some communication mistakes, and someone really didn't go full into it like the other one did, and so it was not like there was some flaws, but it was fun still to see, like if you take the ranking system here and you see a legend builder work with a builder, and then they actually managed to become number 4 out of 15 teams,
and that
and both builders learn in the process,
Right. And the interesting thing is it worked really well in your community because it's a little bit smaller. Whereas here, if you had that many, if you had 14 dropouts, imagine what would happen when we do this on a scale of 3,000 Discord members.
But imagine less submissions, though. You will have 2 people doing up in something. So let's say you get 100 normal submissions for 1 bracket. Now you will only get 50.
Right.
So that's less, but also better creations in any way possible, because it's 2 brains working together, right?
Absolutely.
Or 3, or
Okay, so Wrath of the Nature is the main feature of this park, and it's a launch vector. There's a look at the stats if you want to see them, and we will resume the brainstorming session after we ride this coaster. And they did say ride preferences. Let me quickly look them up. The Mobius launch vector coaster. Sit on train 1 only, not train 2. Morning or afternoon.
Oh yeah, I remember this description here.
Let's just do 2 in the afternoon, and then seat. There we go. Now, one thing I really like about the size that you gave them, we basically got an exploration out of that. 1,500 meters in track length and almost 2 minutes in duration. That's quite crazy.
Mobius.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Something we also did with the park size itself was that we actually limited the height and how far you could go down to with the terrain. So because the goal was to have something plausible. We didn't want floating islands or 4,000 meter exploration coasters just going across the entire map. We wanted something
Right.
small, plausible, compact, and then it also kind of like, you know, because we kind of went that way, so we didn't got that stuff, but that was
Right.
just the main concept of it, that it would have to be plausible in some ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. You get like someone builds up like 220 blocks up and then makes a crazy exploration coaster. I don't know
You
if
could
that-
put a Gaussian coaster in if you had
Yeah,
that much.
but I don't know if that's what you want.
Exactly.
Luxury cabins. Was this made for you, X?
We thought that too, but there was no,
We thought that too.
there was no Wix cabin, unfortunately.
Oh,
Too bad.
luxury
good, though.
cabins. That's funny. Makes
But
sense.
yeah, but they did good here, Esbi and ThemeWorks. They
Absolutely.
They nailed
And
it.
what I was thinking while we were on this coaster, and I'm getting all this eye candy, and we're getting an exploration coaster, it feels similar to things that we've seen from like the Channel 5 gaming contests in terms of size, scale, and what is even crazier, I would never be able to tell that two different people worked on this. ThemeWorks is what, master, expert, somewhere around there?
Expert.
Yeah.
Esbi's advanced, so we had an advanced and an expert come together and make this. And honestly, it just looks like it was made by like basically a master or a legend, just one person. It's so cohesive,
It's so well
it's-
polished too, right?
and it's just masterful quality. It's
I love the
absolutely
buildings.
breathtaking. Yeah,
The angles on the buildings.
a theme that's not native to Planet Coaster. Even like the village area, it looks different. It's got this like sci-fi adventure vibe, you know?
Yeah.
It's really cool. I can't find out how to get to this drop tower.
That
Did
is
you
right
remember
there.
where-
Yeah, right there.
down
the block
below.
You see there. There, Tower of Power. Yeah.
Gotcha.
This queue, you have to walk the queue. It's gorgeous queue.
I love the
did.
way it reveals itself there.
This is, and also this is two people, right? Within a month, they managed to actually build a themed area.
How did they do it? Like, did they just hand it over like every couple of days, or what did they do?
Yeah, I think like people kind of like find their own way to work things out, you know. But I think that's kind of like how they did, or like I
Make
know
blueprints and share them.
Exactly. I also know for some fact that some people didn't have all the DLCs as well, which were
That's-
also a problem. So people kind of like, some people made blueprints that the other guy with more DLCs added in at the end, so they didn't collide. And yeah, people figured out some ways, but I also think there was some struggle too, you know,
Yeah, of
planning,
course. I
organized.
mean, it's always difficult to work with someone, especially if you don't know him. You have to communicate through the internet, right? It's different. But I mean,
Exactly.
All right, let's check out this Tower of Terror.
Yes. This is cool, by the way.
I'm always curious to see how these towers end up, and I haven't seen one in a theme like this before, so it's like an adventure Tower of Terror.
It's so dope, dude.
Lighting is amazing. Wow.
very cool.
So I guess like the tower's bringing them to life. It's kind of like a
Sort of.
Frankenstein thing. Wow.
So
Sucked
cool.
into oblivion. I love the view of the park from there. Oh, I wish that ledge wasn't there though.
Yeah, but it's the waterfall coming down from it.
Oh. I see. Oh, that's cool. Run.
It's amazing, man.
Wow. That was just like the tips of doors opening?
I think I don't know how they did that though, but
I think that was just a bunch of doors opened. That's really...
they won the award for the best ride skin in the contest, obviously.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would have to see the others, but that makes sense to me. That was
Yeah.
really well done. Let's take a look at this park at nighttime too. The soft purple is really cool.
Yeah.
Definitely gives it this like chill vibe. It's like an Aztec tropical resort, you know? It's like something I've never seen before.
Yeah, but it has a sci-fi feel in some way.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially at night,
exactly. It's
right?
like ancient aliens built this or something, you know?
Or futuristic aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's neat.
And it's not because you have the village, completely different style, and in the middle, and then you have the little Wix's luxury.
It's like this was there before, and then someone came along and turned it into a theme park, you know?
Yeah.
Built all these buildings around it and the surrounding area. The theming, the terraforming, sorry, is just absolutely gorgeous. The paintwork and the shrubbery, it's just stunning. Wow. So I like the size of this, to be honest, and the one thing we've been doing with the last 3 episodes, and for the viewers who haven't, you know, just tuning in now, definitely check out the last 2 videos that we posted on the channel over the last 2 days with Poke Park and Mini Park. Those were really small in comparison. And I didn't have somewhere in between. We did 20 by 20, 20 by 40, and then this would be essentially 60 by 60. So this is a huge jump up, like 3 times the size of the original Poke Park.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't see
times,
that part,
three times the size squared, right? So three times the size both ways. So I don't, to the power of 3, I don't know how that's said.
Basically what we did is that we, to find out the scale of some sort, we kind of like placed down the Steel Vengeance coaster from the game, which is pretty much the biggest layout you can have as a preset if you place it down in game. And so we kind of like said, okay, if you can have this one placed down, then it's definitely possible to do a coaster like this style, like that big and stuff. You see?
Gotcha.
So we placed that down there, and then we said, okay, we have that coaster, which is pretty much the biggest one in the game. And then we placed the flat right down, and it was like, this is doable. And like,
yes.
I never expected people to like make islands and stuff in the contest, you know, like this. And yeah, it was pretty.
I like that you took the Steel Vengeance and then decided, hey, let's build it off that scale, because one of the things that we brought up as a discussion point in the previous 2 episodes is I was concerned that we're not going to get like coaster spotlight worthy coasters when they're jam-packed into a tiny space. There were really cute coasters, but like a lot of the things that people tune in for, a lot of the things that get me excited is riding a thoroughly entertaining coaster. And if we do a park, we might be able to walk around a small little section here, but we do a little loop and we're like, you know, there's the park spotlight, bye now. And right, or we need a little bit more adventure. And even this one it's very like you could put this in a 20 by 20, but the real beauty is in the vista, and if you wall that off, you can't have any of that surrounding scenery. So depending on what the parameters of the contest would or could potentially be, if we gave you like maybe a little bit smaller than this, doing what we said, what was it?
Maybe it's going to be a 50 by 50 then.
A 50 by 50, which is that size, right?
Yeah,
sort of, ish.
Maybe it's too big.
But with that, you can create some islands, you can create some vistas, you can fit some big coasters in there, and you can still have some room to walk around. You got to remember, once you make a big sprawling coaster, it takes up a lot of space, and now your park space is limited to that size. So by having the mini park and plaza area as a 20 by 20, and then the rest of it as a coaster and stuff, suddenly it's feeling like a park spotlight and a coaster spotlight. Go ahead,
and
Wix.
you can go up, and you can go up and down with the terrain too, you know, which will also give you a lot more space, depend on the way you use the terrain for, you know, like.
Yeah, for sure.
You can basically make an entire new section of the same amount of limit, just go under, just terrain, make a tunnel, and then just terrain under it again, you know, like. That you could basically do that and just have tons of more stuff added, but no need to do it.
Yeah,
but.
You remember that? Which park was that? It was the amazing with the dragon that we did.
Oh, yes.
With all the dark rides. What was the name?
Dragon Kingdom.
Dragon Kingdom.
Everything was underground.
Coaster Cat, right?
Yeah,
everything.
But everything was underground, right? And so we thought, okay, it looked amazing, and then suddenly you get underground and you have a whole new park, basically double the
Agreed.
size, right?
So with that said, like, I know we previously discussed the contest could possibly end up looking like a copycat of your contest, but maybe a little bit smaller in size. But also because it's smaller, we're not giving you a partner to work with. But maybe working with someone is actually more difficult than being able to work alone, because you have to organize times and pass it back and forth and yada yada yada.
And time zones and yeah.
And another thing with your contest was, you don't have the whole 3,000 member community over there, and I bet you there's a lot of people went, shoot, I wish I knew about that. I would have liked to participate in that. So maybe those who missed out could actually have a shot of redemption by us hosting something similar to your contest, as long as you don't mind, of course.
No, man. It's all good. I just want this. I just want the community to have stuff to do and something that excites them.
And
I'm pretty sure
the dueling coaster
them...
contest was done, and you filled this in between and gave people something to do. So it was great, But I know a lot of people are looking to build stuff that is decorative, and this is a good opportunity. But if we do require a big coaster like this, does it feel more like a coaster contest than a park contest? You have certain people in the community that are like, I'm not good at coasters.
Yeah, but I mean, people have been saying that in the last contest as well, and
still successful.
Yeah,
and
like
fun.
some people like coasters, and some people are just really good at scenery, right? I mean, there's right.
That's always how it is.
And still people that love scenery make coasters, and the other way around, right? Everyone tries, and they come up with great stuff. Even if
maybe the coaster lacks a little bit. It's not the hero, but the park is amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
And you can't blame people for. I mean, it's not easy to make a really good coaster. So I don't.
And if you're giving saying, okay, this is a single project, and it will make sense then making it smaller, and then still provide them with maybe a month or 5 weeks or something to build it.
I was even thinking 2 months, to be honest, but a month, yeah, we could do that. So these are things that we have to refine, and this is the first time I've actually been getting viewer feedback on basically a coaster concept.
Right.
Everyone gets to participate in the creation of a contest. So based off the last 2 episodes and now seeing one at a 60 by 60, I'd love to hear some comments on size. Looking at this, I do think we could go with a 40 by 40 or even a 50 by 50. We could even do a 60 by 60. This is a nice size park. I do think it was a good episode. It was an amazing creation. There's a lot of good content here, and we got to explore quite a bit. But I'm afraid that if I go shorter, that we get like a bunch of 5-minute park spotlights and coasters that are underwhelming.
You're also not counting right now that this is an island, and that basically, if you look at it, if all the water would be park, you would have so much more land to build.
You could fit a park right here.
Yeah.
That's another 20 by 20 mini park.
That's a whole coaster if you want.
But but that's where if you parameters are 1 or 2 coasters minimum, or 1 large coaster and a side coaster or a dark ride, a second attraction, eating area, and any flat ride placed in, but we have to have a minimum of 2. They have to be themed towards your, like a ride skin like you did here. We do certain parameters like that. Some people might go end to end. Some people might do an island. You can fit it all in here.
Yeah, of course.
So maybe the legends fill it right to the edges, and some of the new beginners do a little bit less.
The funny part is that no one of the 15 submissions for the final had filled out the map in a way of just like everywhere. Maybe they terrained the corners so they could hide in the park.
Yeah.
So you didn't have this plain backdrop. But yeah, I didn't really expect people to just mash in just it was very organized, but again, it's 2 people, right? So
But see, I've never been a fan of end-to-end parks where you just get this square. Like, some people have submitted parks where it goes literally end-to-end on this map, and I'm like, okay, first of all, you're killing my computer, and second of all, it's not realistic to just edge it off like that. No. And that was the one thing with even Pokey Park or the last one we visited. It's just so strange seeing it fill a square.
I mean, I can imagine if you're in a big city, right, that it's squared off. But yeah, if you have this open landscape, then
it's gonna be fun when you're gonna look through the park I sent you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got to do Dania as well.
Oh, yeah.
So we should probably schedule that in as well. You didn't submit it, and then now you did. I saw it now. So, well, we have you here. We might as well check out Dania as well.
Yeah, I'll stay up for that. I can do that.
So I guess we'll do Dania next, everyone. So tune in tomorrow for Dania.
We go even bigger with the mini park.
We go even bigger.
Maybe also a contest concept. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. The next contest is if you can make a bigger park than Dania.
We want an end-to-end double-layered park.
Right?
So
Okay, so a lot of discussion in this video. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Read them, leave them down below, and I'll read them out later, either privately or in a video when we come to our decisions. And what did you guys think of the size of this park? Do you think this is a nice size? Do you think the smaller size? I think for me, we got to see a really great coaster and a really great themed park, and it's not end-to-end, and it's not killing my computer. So I like this size, and I'm kind of sold around a 50 or 60 based on a contest idea. So we'll show you guys what an end-to-end looks like in the next video, and why we wouldn't do a contest that way, because Wix has spent 2 years on it. We're giving you a contest and 2 years to work on it.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. All right. Thank you for joining us here today, Wix, and for giving us all the inside information on your contest. And thank you to Esbi and ThemeWorks for submitting this. So
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Yeah, there you guys go. Leave your comments down below. We're gonna read them out. And thank you so much for watching. We hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys in Dania. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.